The topic of this video is exporting IDSTV Plus files. You can get to the Export IDSTV Plus window by either going to the header, in this case Tekla, and right-clicking and Export All Parts IDSTV Plus, or you can do it from a single part, Export Part IDSTV Plus. In this case, we're going to use the header. We simply right-click, go to Export All Parts, IDSTV Plus, select it, and this window will open. On the General tab, you see a Part Errors window and you see a Progress Report. As parts are being exported, if you experience any errors, they will be shown here at the top, and the progress of those files being exported will be shown here in the bottom. On the Shape Filters tab, you'll notice that we have multiple profile tabs for angles, beams, channels, plates, tubes, and T-shapes. With the Export checkbox, you can choose whether or not you want to export that particular profile. You can choose what features to export on that profile, whether you want copes, scribes, holes, or pop marks. You can choose whether or not to export miters, and you can choose the direction of your copes for each surface on the profile. On an angle, you can also tell it how you would like to create the bottom flange. When exported from Raptor, the angle will need to be seen as a web and bottom flange in an IDSTV Plus file. You can either rotate the entire part around Z or rotate the entire part around X. The other tabs for beams, channels, plates, and T-shapes don't have any additional settings, but the Tubes tab does have Export Inner Radius. This would be the inner radius inside the tube. If you would like to export that value, you can simply check this box. On the Part Folders tab, you can choose to also export either XML 3D or DSTV files, part files, at the exact same time as you're exporting the IDSTV Plus files, or you can also choose to export both. And here you can select where to export those files to. If you choose Embed Parts within Project Folder, a project folder will be created when the export is executed. That is, if the project folder does not already exist in that location. You can also create individual shape folders, and if you do so, the section here at the bottom will light up, and you simply browse and create those locations, or browse to those locations and create the folders. You can also choose to create individual assembly folders, and the parts will be placed in folders based upon the assembly numbers in Raptor. On the IDSTV Plus tab, here you are defining where you want to send the IDSTV Plus files to. Simply browse and select that location. You can select the number of decimal places you want within the file. You can export the multi-part name as the run number. Within an IDSTV Plus file, the name of the file is seen as the run number, or can be seen as the run number, and by selecting this, whatever that multi-part is named, that's how it will be shown within the IDSTV Plus. You can choose to not add DSTV comments if, when you imported it originally, the DSTV files had comments in them. If you select this, it will remove those comments. You can also choose to export all materials in a single file. So all of these parts will be exported into a single file instead of multiple files. Here, you tell it which file extension you would like on your DSTV files, whether you want them to be NC files or NC1 files. Of course, NC1 files are the most common, but you can select them as you need. And you can also export it with the X locations of parts in the multipart. That would show where in the multipart it was located. Finally, on the Integration tab, we have Export DSTV File Original Location. With this selected, if the parts were originally imported from DSTV, they will not be exported because the DSTV files already exist. You can choose to export trail edge reference split. So if some of the holes on the part or some of the features on the part are referenced from the trail edge and some from the lead edge, if you select this, those dimensions will be split based upon their reference. You can also choose to save new multiparts in a folder location. If we select that, we have a location we can browse to and set that up. And finally, we have Export Last CI in BA block. CI is company information and BA is batch. So this is within the IDSTV Plus file. These are different identifiers within the file itself. If you want to export the last company information in that batch or into the batch block, you can do that simply by checking this box right here. Once you have all these settings set, you would simply go back to the General tab and hit Go, and those files would be exported. That ends this video.